That's one thing that I didn't get from my parents, was a lot of guidance. But I don't blame them. I don't blame them, because how can you ask for guidance for people who don't know what they're doing here themselves? You're basically born in two different cultures which are both battling each other, because a lot of the things over here versus a lot of the things over there is completely different. So I was brought up in a very traditional Bengali household where we didn't speak English, and I didn't learn to speak English till I was a bit older, a lot later, but I was still having to go to school and still having to go to nursery, and you see all the kids and their mums and dads waiting for them in their cars at the end of school, and here you are just walking by yourself and just having to figure it out by yourself. Which way do I go? Oh, I have to go this way. Oh, I have to be careful of the cars, because growing from a family where people didn't understand us but we always understood everybody else, I just wish that people understood us more.
What do you wish they understood about you?
That we're not all the same. That's what I want people to know, that nobody's all the same, and we don't know the same stuff, and we're not all born into the same privileges. And my friends, they all had the same similar stories, whether their parents were English or not. They still had, we all shared the same struggles, and we all got into trouble, and through that it really it opens your eyes to a different side of life. I think that there's no school, there's no book, there's no education that can teach you anything quite like just making mistakes, and not just making mistakes by yourself, but having people around you make the same kind of mistakes, and feeling like you're not the only one. And as a kid, you don't understand struggles of your parents, you don't understand what they're going through, but everybody knows when something's not right. And I always felt that way looking at my parents. From the time that I just became conscious, I've always realised this, and it's quite a sad thing to look at the first people that you resonate with, and you realise that they're struggling. And when you see the people you love the most struggle, I don't know about you, but that puts a fire in anybody. So if I could say something to my dad, if he was here, the first thing I'd say, I think, would be everything's okay, don't worry. Because he spent most of his life worrying if his children are going to be fine, if our family will be alright, if we'll adapt to this country well, will his sons go on to look after the family, and will the women go out to achieve their best and become the best versions of themselves. He was always worried, and he took great pride in these things. And I think that because he passed away at such a young age, or at an age where I never really, or any of my family, got to show what they were capable of, I think that if I could tell him something, it'll be that we're fine, you don't need to worry, because we're all looking after each other, and we're doing really well. We're all doing really well.